Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come.
Hey everybody, Friday morning. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely amazing day. Welcome to the Friday morning edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. For those of you guys new to the channel, we do the same thing each and every day. We look at the same 10 to 12 futures markets from an educational perspective, taking a look to see where the markets may have breakout trades or reversals from an educational perspective. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. We have a Friday before a holiday weekend, and yesterday we had a live trading room. So some of the lines that you see came from yesterday's live trade room. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the first level that we're looking at here, now the S&P this morning, we're up about 17 points after yesterday's pretty strong sell-off. Now yesterday, when we were in our live trade room, we actually took a breakdown, and the breakdown trade that we took yesterday in class was the breakdown that occurred below this little level in here. Actually, when we were doing the class, it was right about right in here. We took a breakdown right below this level. It was a little there was some wicks that were happening, and it was fairly early in the morning. And so we came really close to getting stopped out. Put our stop up above here. Came really close to getting stopped out, and then that trade wound up working and hitting our eventual target. Coming back into our demand area. Now remember, when I look at levels that are close to pivots, my stop wants to go away from the pivot. Now in this case, we had wrapped our lines around this tiny little 15-minute level, but knowing that our stop had to be outside the pivot. Now we wound up getting a pretty decent move out of there, kind of heading back up. And so now we're coming back up into 60-minute supply. Right? So in our 60-minute supply area that we have, this level up here looks to be a potential 60-minute reversal point. Now this level that we have here, 28.45, 28.50, this is not formed at a great time of day. Okay? It's really formed really at the European, not even at the European market open, it's really formed more at the Australian market opens. And so that's not typically going to be a great time of the day level. This area up here would be our next kind of area of some decent supply somewhere up in here. But I also like the fact that, if I look at this on a 4-hour, we see that we had a little bit of a breakdown out of here, right? We had lower swing highs coming into here, and then we broke down. So I think we may get this reversal for a few points at some point today. The Nasdaq, we bounced right off of our demand line that we've had there for a while, and we have nearly come back up to our area of supply. So our supply area here, same exact time of the day that it was formed as it is in the S&P, same basic structure of the level. I don't like the fact that we're starting to slow down coming into the level. Would like it to have a little bit more power coming into the zone. Crude oil. Now in crude oil, good lordy, we had two 15-minute levels yesterday, and both of them went right through. And remember, 15-minute levels are always going to have a slightly lower degree of probability as we start to come into those particular levels. So our reversal actually occurred right at our 60-minute zone. So our 60-minute zone is where the reversal did occur. And what's great is that even if you took both of those 15-minute levels, what you have lost in the 15-minute levels, you've more than made up for in the 60, as we've gotten a little rally out of there. And in the private trade feed, we've taken the stop and moved it up to about this 5803 region. Now, I think the better level is way up here. I really liked this level. And when we were in the live trade room yesterday, which was about this time of the morning, I was really hoping for a little rally up into here to be able to get short, because I like this level a lot, this little wick over wick area as a pretty good opportunity. Now, I think there's a chance that we're going to pop up a little bit. Remember, I'm a big believer that these speed candles tend to get retraced. And the fact that we're chopping sideways, if you're not long, I think you can get long above the Globex highs, because we're not, there's no trap areas trap areas above us for us to really worry about here. So I think you get long above the Globex highs. In gold, we're starting to see a little sell-off from our gold supply. I need to remove this particular level as it's traded all the way to the very, very top of that level and even a little bit higher, but didn't go above our pivot high, right? Still, stops go outside of pivots when we look at levels that are close to pivots. And so coming down out of that supply level really nicely, this would be my area for demand for a potential reversal would be down here at 1276.1, 1277.3 would be the next area for a potential reversal. If you wanted to play it down to that region and you're a day trader, I think we're breaking down right about now. You may get another rally back up into here for a reversal, but you may not. If we do get a little bit of basing, I think that would be an interesting play. But I want to see if we trade down to there right at the open, right at the gold market's open, right from that level. All right, next, bonds and currencies. So in our ZN, our 10-year note, I didn't want to really add anything yesterday because there was nothing that I really liked when we were looking at this from a trading perspective. I do kind of like a breakdown below here for some point today. I think you could get a little breakdown short below that area. The Aussie, we are coming close to our supply level, but I don't love the basing that we're getting in front of this supply level. So just keep that in mind. In my mind, that changes this to a confirmation style. All right, it's already a lower probability because it's a 15-minute level, but now it's a 15-minute level on a confirmation style, so it's even lower probability because of this basing before. Remember, basing before a level is the kiss of death. Euro level is moving along nicely, so if you jumped into the Euro trade, once again, we had a little bit of basing before the level, but it was further away, right? But we've come back to that area. So in my mind, you should probably at least move your stop to break even, maybe even take some profits off the table at this point on this Euro level. Canadian dollar, yesterday we talked about our Canadian dollar short. I took the lines off the chart, but this was a really nice short on the Canadian dollar. We've now come back into the next area for a short, and this one is just not really doing a whole lot. We hit it and then moved away, and now we're kind of coming back up into it. This is one that I don't really feel like is going to hold out very well because once again we had some basing pretty close to the level. Kiss of death is basing before the level. So if you're in that one, be cautious. I would take your stops fairly early and fairly quickly, and maybe even move that thing to break even now. Great British Pound, we're getting a little bit of a rally off the pound. It came and touched our area and then moved down. Unfortunately, that area was not a touch-and-go style of a trade. That area was really designed to be a confirmation short, and so did not have any entrance into this position off of that level. However, the fact that we touched it and came down, and now we're running right up to it or even right up through it, I'm not going to take this. To me, this level is now dead. Because of the touch and go from there, the fact that we've come below it twice, when I go to a 15-minute, and I will go, I don't go much smaller than, I don't go smaller than 15 minutes, right? We're not basing in the level. We didn't base in front of it. And so we may get a little move from here, but to me, the probability just isn't there. And I'm not willing to force it and not willing to take it. So I'm going to remove this level. I'm actually going to remove it now. And, if you had an automatic set, then technically you might still be in this thing. But I am not a huge fan of this level based on this one candle that we had before here. Japanese yen, as I look at the Japanese yen, we had a really nice move higher yesterday as we broke above kind of this region in here. Now we are putting in a little bit of a double top here on the hourly chart. And so on this little double top on the hourly chart, I think we could get a little bit of a pullback. And if we get a bit of a pullback, I've got to come all the way back down to here. Now, you might ask, why wouldn't I use this? Well, because this level's not fresh. This wick right here makes this level not fresh, meaning it's already been used up. If I draw some lines here, you see how we gapped up, came down back into it, and then rallied higher. I guess it's not really a gap up. It just went from this candle to this candle. But point is that we had this little rally out of this level. Then we traded deep into here, and then boom, popped away. So that means this level's no longer valid. I need to remove it. And so I'm going to go a bit lower. This level's not great either. So you could theoretically take a short, especially if we base before here on a breakdown to kind of run this down. Now remember, we are heading into a 3-day holiday weekend, so the markets are going to be. You may have an open market on Sunday night, but you're not, in the futures world, but it may not be the best volume and the best time to trade. For those of you that are Traders Army subscribers, our live trade room has been moved from Sunday night to Monday night, so please join us on Monday evening for our next live trade room. Until next week, I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much, everybody. Oh, real quick announcement. We are going to be doing our next YouTube live webinar, and it's going to be Tuesday evening. A number of people have been asking about it. And so Tuesday evening, YouTube Live, we're going to do on momentum-based trading and counter-momentum trades. And then how do I use indicators to enhance that? So tune in for that on Tuesday evening on YouTube Live. So, all right, everybody. Hope you have a great day. See you soon.